Hi everybody, welcome to the Wee Garden Homestead. Today is day 4 of Vlogmas, Quiltmas. I don't know. I don't know what day it is. It's day 4, it's December 4th, 2025, and I finished this today. Stay tuned, I'll show you how we did it. I have my quilt sandwich made. It's laid out on my bed. Sorry about the shadows. It's not very well lit in here, but it only took me about 5 minutes to do this quilt sandwich. It took me longer to find a batting scrap that actually fit. I didn't have to piece it together, but this is laid out. It's got the backing on the bottom, it's got the batting in the middle, and then it's got the quilt top. It's all been spray basted. I'll put a link to my favorite spray basting, that 505 spray, for you so you can see it. I had maybe an inch on each side, well, maybe an inch and a half or 2 on each side, and then I've got about an inch on either end. Not a lot of room for error. We're going to the sewing machine. We're going to quilt this. Okay, all ready to go. I'm using red thread. I just couldn't decide what color to use here, and I think that I'm going to do some really simple quilting. I'm going to box this. I box it and then come in and box it again. I'm going to box it and then I'm going to start at a corner here. I'm going to box it and then I'm going to go around the candy. And then I'm going to go to the next one. It's a couple starts and stops, but it shouldn't be too bad. It's all straight stitching. I think I'm going to put my stitch in the ditch foot in, or my edge stitch foot, or whatever you want to call it. If I leave my needle in the center, this will run the ditch, and my needle should go in the ditch. So that's what I'm going to do. It's 101. I've got an hour, and then Jessie doesn't have a car again. My daughter doesn't have a car again, and I'm going to have to go pick up kids from school. So let's see if I can get this quilted in an hour. I'm going to back tack here because I want to be able to just trim it off. I don't want to have to go back and bury threads. Okay, and there we are, back where we started from. So that took me 6 minutes. Oh, I'm so going to be able to get this all quilted in my hour that I have. Because I back tacked, I'm going to go ahead and cut these off short. This is not a quilt. It's not like it's going to get washed every week or every couple days or any kind of once a month. It's not going to get washed all the time. So a little string tangled in there. So I'm not worried about being crazy fancy with any of it. So let's go on and do the next one. Same way. I'm going to start in the same spot, and I'm going to back tack, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. That's 2, 11 minutes. "15 minutes. Whew, okay. A little warm in my sewing room today. The sun beats in on the south window. It's hot in here some days. Okay, so that is quilted. Very easy, simple. I'm not sure if I would have done it this simple if it was, actually, you know what? If this was a big quilt, I think that that would be fine. I mean, this is 5 inches maybe, and the batting I use says 6 to 8. So this would be fine. I'm going to go in the other room and trim it, and then we'll find something for a binding, and we'll have better lighting in there, so I'll show you a little better. Okay, let's get this trimmed. So I don't know if you can see the quilting on here, because I did the in the ditch, so I'm not sure. Might be able to see it on the back, but honestly, it really doesn't show because I used the red. So let's get this trimmed. Okay, all trimmed, and you can see I really did not have much left. I mean, look at this. That's okay, it was enough. So I am going to be stitching my binding on the back and then wrapping it to the front. So anytime I make a quilt and I have leftover binding, it goes in this bag, in this box rather. This, I was hoping I'd have that. That would be enough, but obviously it's not. That would be perfect, but it's not. That was Christmas fabric, and that's green. That would go, but it's not enough. Ooh, maybe that one. Let me see how that one looks on the front. I've got 2 pieces of, nope, that's different too. I've got a lot of red and white here. I don't know. Some of that is on the front. No, that was the other one. All right, let's see what we can do here. So this, we'll do an end. That'll do 2 ends. That'll be close to a side. Okay, so we're gonna go. Is this enough for the whole thing? No. Okay, so we're gonna go red, green, red, green. We'll start with the green and end with this one because this is the longest one. We're going back to the sewing machine. Okay, I have 27 minutes. Let me get these put together. Okay, we're ready to put this binding on. I did switch out for my my self-feeding even feed foot. I don't remember what it's called. I'll put a link to it if you have a Singer. I'll put a link to it in the description. I'm gonna start about halfway down on the back. And I'm just gonna line these up. I'm gonna stitch about 1/4 of an inch. This was a 2.5 inch binding. Okay. I got to take a break. I got to go pick a little one up from school, and I'll be back in just a little bit to show you how to finish this. All right, I've got an hour and a half to finish this, get the video posted, and get back out of here to go pick up another kid at school. So, it should be, I should be able to get it done. I don't know about getting the video done that fast though. So we'll see. So what I do next is I lay this flat. We're going to trim this piece off of here because that was the selvage anyway. We are going to overlap these, laying flat. I'm going to use this as a measure. Put it right there at the end. That's how much overlap I need to make my corner. Now, I'm going to join it just the way I did when I joined the other pieces. Now, every time I cut right even with this, it winds up just a hair too long. So I am going to cut just, let me make sure you can see this before I finish. Okay, so I am going to cut just a hair shorter than that. And I'm going to cut straight across. Well, that wasn't very straight. So it's just a hair shorter, maybe like 1/8 of an inch. So that's why I did this red last, because I knew I would have the most of that left. That's a nice big piece. We'll put that back in the binding pile. And then we're going to take and we're going to lift this one up. We're going to lift this one up and open it up. And we're just going to overlap them like that. I'm going to pin them. Here. Right there. And then just like we did with the other pieces, we're just going to sew corner to corner here.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so we're just going to give this a tug and make sure it folds the right way. Perfect. And then, I don't know if you heard Salty. He told me he was going to get gas. We need gas before we go to a middle school concert tonight. And I've got to pick Jocelyn up at 3:30 and we need to leave at 4. But we got to get gas, so really we would need to leave at 3:45. So he just told me he's going to get gas and he's going to the screw store, which I thought was kind of funny. He needs a bolt for the other car. So the screw store, that's a chuckle. So then I'm just going to go back and I'm going to finish sewing this on. So now we're going to flip it over. I'm going to stick with the red thread, and I'll tell you why. Usually on the top I'll do the same color as what I'm sewing, but I have half red and half green and I'm not switching in between. So I'll just stick with the red. And then I'm going to fold this over and I'm going to stitch. I'm going to switch my foot again. I'm going to switch over to the edge stitch foot, and I'm going to put the edge of it here, and I'm going to move the needle over here. Ari, it's okay. Daddy went to the store. He'll be back in a few minutes. He went to the store. You have to stay here with me. All right. We are back where we started, and we are finished with this. You just trim these strings. I know they're thread. I call them strings all the time, though. I don't know. Do y'all laugh at me every time I say it? They're thread. They're not strings. So this is finished. All right. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm going to hang it up on my quilt wall. It's got a couple of pieces here and there that have where I rip seams out that have a little bit of white thread hanging out. I am going to get this up on my quilt wall and get some pictures for you, so be sure to stay for that. Thanks so much for joining me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave me a comment, leave me a hype. Tell me what you're working on. Are you working on Christmas projects this week? Have you got them all done? I should have had them all done months ago. I knew what I was going to do, but I didn't get to them. So what are you working on? Thanks so much for joining me. Let me get this up on the wall so I can hopefully get pictures. It's pretty long, so we'll see what happens. So, let's see. Can you see that? Oh, I'll have to move back a little bit to get the pictures, but stick around. We'll see them.